Welcome and thank you for joining us today on this episode of the Mayor's Show. My name is Gregory Hull. I'm the mayor of Rio Rancho, and we're here to talk to an exciting guest today and talk about things that are going on around the city of Rio Rancho. Rio Rancho has lots of activities and events going on this time of year, and today we've decided to focus in on Max Wade, the CEO, co-founder of Galloping Grace Youth Ranch, and their event that they're holding at the Santa Ana Star Center this year, the pumpkin patch that they hold every year. And it's just a great event. It's a great time, and I'm glad that Max has joined us today to talk about this really fantastic event. Max, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Thanks for having me.
No, it's my pleasure. You know, your commitment and investment to Rio Rancho has just been outstanding. You've been just a tremendous community member in this event. Everybody talks about it. Really brings it into focus when we see the pumpkin hay bales show up all over town. So those are exciting. It's
kind of fun.
We get a lot of great feedback.
That's
what
good.
kind of time goes into building those pumpkins and getting them out around the city like that?
A lot of time goes into that. We incorporate a lot of the kids that are involved in our youth ranch in painting those things, and some artists that one of our preschool teachers, phenomenal artist. She designs the faces and all that, so she'll draw them out, and the kids will paint them in, and then we'll make sure they're nice and touched up. And then it takes a lot of time. Joiner Construction volunteers their time to help us haul them around town and set them out. So it's many days worth of work.
I saw a picture of all of them stacked up in Joiner's yard. It looked like an army of hay bales about to converge upon the city.
That's right.
So tell us a little bit about Galloping Grace. Your organization, you're the CEO, co-founder of Galloping Grace Youth Ranch. You all have a property out off of Rainbow. And tell us a little bit about that program and what you're doing out there.
Sure. My wife and I founded the place in 2006. It originated as a horseback riding facility for kids. And what's really near and dear to my heart is having kids really experience agriculture and outdoors, and understanding the process of what it takes to get food on the table. And so we've converted over to what we call a sustainable urban agricultural education center for kids. And that's, it's a big mouthful, but really what it boils down to is we just want kids coming out enjoying the process of agriculture and what it means. And that's about raising livestock, cultivating crops. And, we're not into our greenhouse program fully yet, but we plan to have a large greenhouse facility out there and have the kids take part in that. We do some really great stuff when it comes to leadership with our kids. Our ranch is really youth-led. So our teenage kids, what we call our youth leaders, they're the ones that pretty well design the program for us, and they facilitate the sessions with the younger kids and do a lot of the educational things there. In addition to that, we're educating kids about community enrichment. So to kind of give you a little example of what that's like, one is about volunteering and people coming out. But we produce food on the ranch, whether it be animal or plant-based. And our goal is to be able to be funded in such a way to where we can donate that food back to the community and to folks that are in need. New Mexico is one of the hungriest states in the country, and we want to be part of helping to solve that problem and educating our kids about what's going on there. So we've donated several hundred pounds of pork to Roadrunner Food Bank. We're working in conjunction right now with Albertsons with a large food recovery program to where we go on a daily basis and we pick up food from them, produce that's either out of date or comes off their trimming or wet racks in the back that people won't buy, but we can take it and we can feed our animals with it and sustainably grow some healthy products there. And then so, for example, here in November, we should have quite a bit of food ready to be donated to St. Felix Pantry locally and Storehouse in Albuquerque to help with some of that, offset some of those holiday hungers.
Absolutely. Well, I know that you guys do a lot of great things out there at Galloping Grace Youth Ranch. I've been out there a couple of times. time I was out there, but we found you in a dunk tank, so that seemed like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But well, let's move on to the pumpkin patch event. That's what's going on right now. It's out at the Santa Ana Star Center. Tell us a little bit about your pumpkin patch event. Some of the different attributes. And what your focus is out there.
This is a great event. We love this as part of our community outreach. Another way to get out there and get kids and families involved in things that we do. So we essentially take the asphalt parking lot there, just south of the Santa Ana Center, and we turn it into a farm and with hay bales and corn stalks and animals and all of that. And so it's our biggest event every year. We'll have things like our corn maze that we set up. We'll have bouncy horses, and we have a country putt-putt this year.
Nice.
And thousands upon thousands of pumpkins for everybody to search through and find just the right one.
That's excellent.
It's a great kid event, and it's free admission.
Free admission. That's one of my questions. Is what's the cost of admission?
So it's it's part of our mission, both with the ranch and the pumpkin patch, is to make sure that we're not leaving any kids out and getting as many kids involved in this as possible.
Now, along that line, okay, so admission's free.
Right.
That's wonderful. What are your hours of operation out there?
We're open for the first half of the month. We're open Tuesday through Sunday. Mondays will be off for the first 2 Mondays, and after that we'll be open. Essentially, we're open 9 till about 6:30 every night.
Okay.
And the times change a little bit. Those will be posted on our website and at the event itself.
Great. And then, what type of activities will you be featuring out there?
Well, some of the big things that we'll be doing. One is always our corn pit, where basically kids get to swim through the corn, and I say kids, but there's usually just as many adults in there swimming through the corn as anything. We've got next Saturday, which I believe is I don't know the date on it, but it's not this. We open this Saturday, the 27th. Next Saturday, we have a big baby shower. We have a...
now, we'll talk about that.
Oh, okay.
Don't get ahead of me on that one.
All right, we won't do that one yet. But that'll be fun. Anyway, we'll have a lot of animals out there. We'll have everything from cattle and llamas, pigs, goats, chickens. We've got some new additions this year. We've got 2 giant African cicada tortoises that were donated to us. It's a little bit out of the norm for a farm, but they're really cool too.
The kids think they're cool.
Oh yeah.
Now you mentioned coming in that you just had a new arrival today, just 20 minutes ago.
Right. We've been waiting on some piglets for several weeks now that are due any day, but we have a llama. We have 2 llamas there at the ranch, and I just got a call as I was pulling into the parking lot that we were having babies. I thought, well, finally, Charlotte's having her piglets, but it's actually our llama. And we had no idea that she was even pregnant. The gestation period on a llama is really long, but for a lot of reasons, there was no way that she was pregnant. So,
which brings us back to the pigs. You've got an interesting event coming up, a piggy baby shower.
We do.
Tell me about that, because I got an invitation.
Right.
And I came into my office, and I said, I got an invitation. I said, piggy baby shower. What is this all about? And so I had my administrator give you a call. I said, what's this? And she says, it's a baby shower for baby pigs. And I said, okay, well, that's terrific.
That's right.
So tell us what's going on there.
Right. So Charlotte, who's our resident sow, she's very pregnant, and she is due any time now. And we want to kind of introduce the community to our new litter of piglets when they come. And so we've decided to throw a baby shower for them. And I guess now maybe it's going to be a combined baby shower. Maybe it'll be a llama and piglet baby shower, something we weren't expecting. But yeah, on next Saturday, we're going to have that. Folks to be able to come out, see them. She's even quote unquote registered with a couple of the local. She's registered with Home Depot.
Okay.
And when I say registered, it means that's some places, if you want to help her out and help us out, it's a place where you can go buy a gift certificate, essentially.
Okay.
But the Village Mercantile there in Corrales, and it takes a lot of gas to go out and gather her food and all the other animals' food. So if somebody wanted to donate some gas money. That'd be good. And then she actually has what we call Sal's Day Out. You can buy her a Sal's Day Out at the Galloping Grace Spa and Resort, where she gets full belly rubs and massages and her coveted mud baths.
That's terrific.
It's good for the complexion and the skin.
That's terrific. So what other types of animals are you going to have on site there? So we got the llamas, we got the pigs. Right. What other kind of?
We'll have our goats. So we'll be climbing towers, our goat mountains, like we call them. We'll have several different breeds of goats there. We'll have dairy goats. We'll have fiber goats, which are Angora goats that provide mohair, which is what we get for fleece. Again, we'll have chickens and the tortoises, and
excellent.
We'll have a steer, the llamas. There's a whole bunch.
Now, a minute ago you mentioned thousands of pumpkins. So you got a lot of pumpkins out there. You come to the pumpkin patch, you're going to leave with a pumpkin probably.
We hope so.
We hope so.
It's free admission, but we do charge for the pumpkins.
Oh, okay.
We do have to raise some money somehow.
Absolutely. Okay, so you buy a pumpkin and you do that. Obviously, people are allowed to make contributions to what you're doing out there. So you'll have that available. But along the lines of the pumpkins for just a minute, last year Max hosted an inspiring event, world record setting event in consecutive pumpkin carvers at a time. And this was a really cool event. I got to get involved in it. There was there's multiple people that I knew, and there's a picture up on the screen right now of an overhead shot of everybody carving their pumpkin consecutively. So tell us about this event, and did we set the record?
We are right now currently the Guinness Book of World Record holders for the consecutive carving record. The most people carving pumpkins at one time. And that record was previously held by a college in Canada, and we thought, well, it needed to be more of that's an American record and more locally a Rio Rancho record.
Right,
so
it belongs in Rio Rancho now.
That's exactly where it is.
Any thoughts of trying to set the bar higher this year?
Not this year, no.
No, okay.
No, that's a tremendous undertaking of itself. So if someone were to challenge us and say that they wanted to do it more, well, we'd probably step up to that challenge. But you talk about community involvement and volunteerism. That was countless numbers of people that were needed just to put that event on.
It was a massive event. When you looked at this event and you saw all the rows of pumpkins, all the little carving mechanisms, and I have to admit, when you first announced the event, and I thought to myself, okay, we're going to have over 1,000 people showing up with knives. This could be a problem,
right?
But fortunately, no. It was a great event. Everybody was very excited. It went off. It looked to me like it went off without a hitch.
It was great.
So your volunteers did a great job there. And as we move into that volunteer topic, you move the pumpkin patch from your ranch to City Center every year,
right?
And you do this for the citizens and the children of Rio Rancho. Tell me what kind of commitment that takes and what kind of undertaking that is to pull that much out of your ranch and make it mobile and set it up there so that everybody can enjoy it. Tell us a little bit about that and the volunteers involved.
You bet. It's a tremendous undertaking. We've actually been preparing for this move to the pumpkin patch from the ranch since midsummer. So we've been working with the kids that come to the ranch and our junior leaders to help stage things essentially so that it can be loaded and then hauled over to City Center. It takes just in hauling and setting up, it takes almost the entire month of September to make that all happen. And the reality of it is, we'll open this Saturday on the 27th, but we probably won't be fully ready until mid-October. But it takes hundreds and hundreds of volunteers. We've had 2 large volunteer weekends that we've had the last 2 Saturdays, where we've had in excess of 100 people out there at a time to put everything together. There's volunteers there as we speak that are putting up corn stalks and organizing pumpkins and all kinds of things. Any
special message to all your volunteers?
Yeah, I can't thank them enough. I tell you what, it's a community event. Without them, we couldn't put it on.
You know, I've read that Rio Rancho is one of the most volunteering communities in the nation. We volunteer. People just, in Rio Rancho, people just love to volunteer. It's a community that just continues to support itself over and over again. If somebody sees an event, they get involved in it. I've seen people just pour themselves into this pumpkin patch event. Recently, we had Keep Rio Rancho Beautiful. We saw hundreds of people come out for that. Yeah. Rio Rancho just loves to volunteer. It's just amazing. Yeah. And it just makes me proud to be a part of this community. So not only to your volunteers, but to the volunteers around the city, I personally would like to say thank you very much for all that you do to make Rio Rancho such an amazing place. Well, let's talk about where people can go to help, donate, get involved, learn more. Phone numbers, websites, Facebook pages. Tell us what you got.
So you can find just about everything you need on our website. It's ggyr.org. If folks go on there, there's so much information. We've got a lot of things going on, but we have a couple ways that they can help us financially through the website. One is what we call our CSA program. It's our Community Supported Agriculture. Now what that does is allow people to give donations that go towards helping to feed our animals, to help with our greenhouse operations, all of those things that might eventually allow us to be able to donate all the food that we produce there, and fiber for that matter. That's a great program. Or you can do one-time donations on the website through United Way, things like that. A great contribution at this point would be to come to the pumpkin patch. One, bring the family out, have a great time, buy some pumpkins, buy a lot of pumpkins because they'll be coming in. Like I said, we've already have almost 2 semi-loads there now. We've got another one coming at the end of the week, and they'll continue to roll in every week all the way through until Halloween. So that's a great way to do it. We have a lot of field trips are coming out. Our field trip schedule is almost booked, so okay. If kids or schools are wanting to get involved in that, they need to jump on the website real quick and go to our pumpkin patch page and look at our field trips there.
Great.
So it's just $5 a kid. It's a nice program. All the kids leave with the pumpkin, so that's really cool.
Great.
And then anyway, when they come out to the pumpkin patch, they can also donate there as well.
Great. Now, is there any direct phone number that people can contact you at, or?
Right. Those things are on the website.
Okay.
We have several people there that are helping to schedule, that are volunteering to help schedule volunteers. So if people want to volunteer, they can go there, and there's under our volunteer tab, there's the numbers they can call. There's also for field trips, they can call those numbers.
Great. And I assume there's links to Facebook.
Yes. Yeah, we've got a great Facebook page.
Any Twitter accounts?
Right now, we're just strictly Facebook.
Okay, strictly Facebook, because I follow you on Facebook, so I keep track of some of the things that are going on.
Right.
I'm kind of a social media junkie, so I follow some of the different community activities that are going on and seeing some of the pictures, and it's a lot of fun. So if you can, go out to the website, which is give it to us again.
It's ggyr.org.
ggyr.org, and there you can click on the Facebook link and follow Galloping Grace and their activities that are going on through the pumpkin patch, and follow that till it closes. I'm sure till it's over.
Absolutely.
Well, that being said, I think our time is about wrapping up. Once again, I just want to thank Max Wade, the CEO and co-founder of Galloping Grace Youth Ranch, and all the effort that they put into Rio Rancho to bring the pumpkin patch to the Santa Ana Star Center just south there, City Center. Make sure you attend. Make sure you stop by and say hello to them. And once again, thank you very much for watching this edition of the Mayor Hull Show.